Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Have you ever felt the pressure to upgrade your phone, your car, your clothes, or even your vacation photos? Not because you needed it, but because everyone around you seemed to be doing it. That right there is the silent tax of trying to look rich. And it's more expensive than you think. Not just financially, but emotionally too. In this video, we're going to talk about the hidden cost of maintaining an image. The cost of showing up in the world as someone who looks successful, even when deep down you're stressed, anxious, and possibly drowning in EMIs. You see, we live in a world where status updates have become status symbols. A world where perception often matters more than peace. And somewhere in this process, we've started borrowing happiness from the future to fund validation in the present. This isn't just about money, it's about emotional debt. Let's break that down. Imagine someone who's just bought a luxury car, not outright, but on a 7-year loan with steep monthly EMIs. Every month, that EMI silently eats into their budget. They can't invest, they can't save. A small emergency like a medical bill or job loss could cause everything to collapse. But they'll still post selfies in that car smiling wide, while behind the scenes, they're losing sleep and peace of mind. Now multiply that scenario. Add in expensive phones, dinners at restaurants they can't afford, a rented flat in an overpriced neighborhood. All for the optics. They look like they've made it, but they're emotionally bankrupt. And here's what makes it worse. This emotional debt isn't visible on a bank statement, but it shows up in subtle ways. Sleepless nights, constant anxiety, the fear of being found out, and the pressure to keep up a lifestyle they secretly resent. You know what that's called? Loud struggle. There's a powerful concept from the book The Millionaire Next Door that I want to share here. The authors found that most real millionaires live modestly. They drive used cars, live in ordinary homes, and rarely flaunt their wealth. Meanwhile, the people who look rich often have no real assets to back it up. Why? Because wealthy people focus on building assets. Flashy people focus on spending income. Here's something to reflect on. If someone is constantly flaunting their purchases, it's often because they're renting confidence. They need external things to feel internally worthy. But confidence built on stuff is like a sandcastle at high tide. It doesn't last. On the other hand, quiet wealth, that slow, steady building of net worth, passive income, and financial flexibility, brings with it a kind of peace that money alone can't buy. So let me ask you an important question. Are you spending to impress or spending to improve? Let me give you a quick tool to help answer that. It's called the impact versus image check. Every time you make a non-essential purchase, ask yourself, am I doing this for me or for them? Will this improve my life or just my feed? Does this bring me closer to financial freedom or push it further away? It's not about guilt, it's about awareness. Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with buying nice things. I love comfort and quality as much as you do. But the question is why you're buying it. If it's coming from a place of confidence, fulfillment, and alignment with your financial values, go for it. But if it's driven by comparison, fear of missing out, or the need to impress, then you're paying an emotional price far higher than the MRP. Let me share a story of one of my clients. We'll call her Priya. Priya was earning well in her mid-30s and living what most would consider an enviable life. But she came to me one day saying, "Jeetan, I have no clue where my money goes. I am earning more than ever, but I am not sleeping at night." As we unpacked her finances, the truth emerged. Priya was spending nearly 40% of her income on lifestyle upgrades she never actually enjoyed. Dining out every night with clients and colleagues, taking Insta-worthy trips that stressed her more than they relaxed her, and leasing a luxury car because her peers did the same. We stripped it all back. She started living based on her values, not her environment. Within 6 months, she saved more than she had in the last 3 years. And most importantly, she said, "I've never felt this peaceful before." That's the power of switching from external validation to internal clarity. So what does this mean for you? Start being honest about your spending triggers. Are you buying out of boredom? To escape stress? To compete? Or to signal success? The real shift happens when you realize you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to stay loyal to your long-term vision. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Simplicity is power. Discipline is sexy. And financial freedom is louder than any luxury item ever could be. So let's wrap this up with a simple but powerful takeaway. You don't need to look rich to be wealthy. In fact, the wealthiest people I know don't wear it on their sleeves. They wear it in their peace of mind, in their flexibility, and in their ability to say no to things that don't serve them. Your journey is about freedom, not followers. About choices, not comparisons. About internal abundance, not external applause. In the next video, we'll talk about how this inner shift, this clarity of purpose, can lead to building a life that's not just financially free, but also deeply fulfilling. But for now, just pause and ask yourself, what's the real cost of trying to look rich? And what would it feel like to stop pretending and start building instead? That's your cue. Choose peace over performance. Choose freedom over flash.